All right, everyone, let's keep on going with Ask So Anything. Dylan Hester. Oh, getting real. Have you ever been married? What were your grades like in high school? Party or hang out with an alcoholic beverage and your games? Have I ever been married? No. No. I have never been married. Never went down that path for tons of reasons. I mean, I'm 30 now. I turned 31 in a little over a month. Ugh, I'm old, but nope, never been married. I haven't come close or anything like that because my own personal philosophy on marriage, I guess you could say, differs from a lot of people. I am I guess you'd say, a product of divorce. My parents got divorced when I was very young. I was in like second grade. And so I guess you could say my personal experience with marriage has not really ever been good. And I've seen what it does to families and things like that. Now, not saying that it can't work, because I know it can. One of my good friends from forever, his parents have been married for like 11 billion years, you know, and they're making it work. And so there's people that can do it, but there's also people that can't. And if people would just be honest and upfront with each other about what they want in relationships, then, you know, like later on there may not be as many like disappointments and anything. But it's all about communication and all this. And I'm gonna get onto this relationship diatribe, but I don't want to. I'm gonna stop from that. But no, I haven't been married. Will I get married someday? Probably. I mean, I gotta, you know, find that right girl, and the mind has to be there, and I gotta be secure with a lot of other things like finances, job, living situation, all that. I gotta have that foundation, then to start that marriage and family whole thing. So, but to go back to the question, nope, I have never been married. What were my grades like in high school? My grades were pretty good, actually. I mean, I've typically always been good in school as far as my grades. It's just I never really liked going to school, not because it was a bad experience, but because I was bored. I got bored with the way I was being taught, like when I was really young, and I guess I just like goofed off, and I didn't feel challenged and all that. And some people would call that like ADD and all that. It's like, no, it's not ADD. It's just you got to find something that's stimulating to some people and challenges their minds. And yeah, no, granted, some people actually have legitimate problems where they just cannot focus. But I think, you know, for some people, including myself, you would just have to find the correct curriculum to stimulate their mind and kind of customize the learning experience, so to speak. And I got a little bit of that, but, you know, in most public schools, at least whenever I was growing up, that wasn't the case. There was like advanced classes you could take, and those were a bit of a challenge on a, you know, rudimentary level, but I never found that the traditional education system that I was in was challenging enough. And I just, you know, my grades were good because I knew the material, and you can memorize it, which doesn't make you smart. That's a whole other thing. But if you're good at memorizing facts, then you can get a good grade. Or if you're good at memorizing, you know, math formulas and equations and things like that, cool. But that doesn't necessarily make you smart. You know, you see what I'm saying? You're not necessarily intelligent just because you memorized a whole bunch of stuff. For me, most of my learning things that I know came outside of school, and I learned it on my own and in ways that I found stimulating. Like podcasts, for example. I love podcasts, and I love podcasts that are informative about various, you know, things. That's why I like Star Talk, Neil deGrasse Tyson, because it's talking about the universe, but it's in a way that anyone can understand, and it is entertaining, and it draws people in. And so that's, you know, that's what I like learning about, at least some of it. But it's, you know, not for everyone. Not everyone learns the same way. But just remember this, especially you younger people out there, you know, younger than me, which I think is most of you. Just because you memorize a whole bunch of facts doesn't necessarily make someone smart or intelligent. It's what you do with that knowledge and how you apply it, and your pursuit of knowledge is what makes you intelligent and smart. Don't ever forget that. Don't let someone also tell you you're dumb just because you didn't memorize a bunch of facts. And don't let grades, you know, an A or a B or 100 and a gold star, don't let that be your yardstick of intelligence. Don't do that, because ultimately you may put too much pressure on yourself and it could become bad. For some people, it's great because, you know, they can get into the colleges they want and, you know, do the job they want or whatever. But dog's like, no, stop talking about learning. Like I said, don't get hung up on just memorizing facts and thinking that that makes a smart person, because it doesn't. It's what they do with that information. That's what smart people do. Party or hang out with an alcoholic beverage and your games. I like doing that. Now, if you're asking me, would I like to do that? Party or hang out with an alcoholic beverage and your games. Oh yeah, I love doing that. That's like most of my days, actually. I'm just hanging out with the dog, the noisemaker, the furry, cute noisemaker, and usually come home from work. I'll have my dinner. Just had a salad and some soup, and probably once I record this, I gotta clean up my apartment. You can't really see it. I've got some bags over here of things I need to clean up, but I gotta clean up a few things. That'll probably have, you know, a beer to just loosen up, man, after the day. But yeah, I like that situation. Party or hang out, alcoholic beverage, games. I like that. All right, Michael Jensen. Can you play Devil May Cry and please not Oblivion? What's your favorite book? P.S. You're awesome. Can I play Devil May Cry? Oh, yes, I can play Devil May Cry. The problem, though, is that I have a PC, and unless Devil May Cry 1, the original, not the new DMC, but the original comes out, might be kind of hard. I love Devil May Cry. Oh my gosh. I love Devil May Cry. Please not Oblivion. You should be happy because that's probably not going to happen. But, oh man, Devil May Cry, those games, even with their flaws, they're so good. They're so good. So much fun. Just getting Ebony and Ivory and juggling people and Rebellion and all. I didn't like Virgil so much in 4. Didn't really like Virgil, just as far as like his skills and the way his character was set up. But Dante is the best Dante's ever been was in 1 and 2. Young Dante, it made sense because he's kind of a, you know, just like, and it's silly, but it made sense that the guy, okay, he's just kind of like, well, the best way to put it would be kind of a dick. Dante in Devil May Cry 1 and 2 is the best how Dante is represented. Now, what's my favorite book? Well, that ties into Devil May Cry, actually, because my favorite book, I don't necessarily have one, but one of them is The Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri, which is, and I know I've talked about this before, and I think I've answered this before, but it's about Dante going through basically hell and back, and main character's Dante, his guide is Virgil. That's where the names of the characters in Devil May Cry come from. Yeah, that's one of my favorite books. Other than that, House of Leaves is another one. There's got to be some others, but those are the two that generally stand out. But the PS, you're awesome. Well, thank you. Jackson Bayless, have you liked uploading videos and gaming on YouTube? Keep up the great work. Have I liked it? Yes. Oh, yes. That's why I do it all the time, because I do love uploading videos and gaming on YouTube. I do love it. There's some things about it that I don't like, but overall, I would say that, oh yes, I love doing it. That's why I continue to do it, is because I love it, and because I get to entertain people, and with this Ask Soap thing, you know, I feel that gives us a good connection of, you get to know me, not just the codename Soap persona, but you get to know me. And, you know, I get to see what you guys like and want to know, and I think that's good. But yeah, I love uploading to YouTube. I love it. There's some things that I wish I could change, but ultimately, I still love doing it, for sure. Michael Jensen, again. Hi, man. Do you get paid for your YouTube videos like Yogscast, and can you play Naruto games? Do you watch anime also, and you play Mortal Kombat X? You're the best, great YouTuber. Do I get paid for YouTube? Nope, not a bit. Not a single. I have not made a single penny or a pence. I think that's what it is, or used to be in Europe. I don't know. Or any. I have not made a single bit of money from YouTube. Not once at all. I don't like that. That's what a lot of people do, is make money from YouTube now. I've talked about this before. But there's some people, you know, that's their job and good. But for me, I have a job, so I don't necessarily need to make money. And I get people that I work with that are like, why don't you make money? And I say, because once money gets involved, then it is a job. And a job is something you have to do, not something necessarily you want to do for some people. Like my job, I want to do it. I like my job. But at the same time, that's a whole separate thing compared to this, because then once I get paid for this, then that starts changing a lot of things that I'm going to feel obligated that I have to do this, this, and this, and this. And I don't want to do that. I want to do it on my terms, and making money is not one of them. Now, in saying that, and I've said this before, if there was someone, and I always use this example because I love the guys, if Rooster Teeth were like, hey, we want you to work for us and, you know, play video games and whatever, kind of like what the Achievement Hunter guys do, would you like a job? I would say yes, because then my job would be for Rooster Teeth, if you get what I'm saying. But then this channel, the Codename Soap channel, is forever free. Forever free, completely. That's why I don't play ads on my videos. I don't make money off of videos. Codename Soap, the channel, is forever free, completely. That's part of the, I guess you'd say, why I call there's Codename Soap, and then there's Home for the Assassins of YouTube. It's not just because I play assassin characters, it's because I think the mindset of an assassin, more or less, is to bring about change, you know, in, I guess you'd say, not exactly like with a sledgehammer, just taking it like that, you know, it's like putting that little, just, little dagger, if you will, into the mind of YouTube of, like, here, take that, we can do this for free. Ooh. Yeah, I don't make money, and as far as the Codename Soap channel goes, I never will. I can promise you that. It's forever free. Dog wants to play fetch. Can I play Naruto games? I have played one, and that's because I've got some friends that I used to play Dungeons and Dragons with, and they were big into Naruto, or however it's exactly pronounced. And I played one of the fighting games, and I forget which one it was, and I was like, this is interesting. There was a guy with sand that I played as, and I did well with. I don't remember his name, but it was sand. I remember there was sand involved, and he had like a big bag on his back, if I remember correctly, like a huge bag, and sand. But I've never watched an episode of any of the series, the anime, and all that. Leading into the do I watch anime? Yeah, sometimes. I've seen animes. Over here in some of my movies, I've got a couple of things of anime. I've got Akira, I've got Hellsing, and I used to have Ghost in the Shell. I used to have, what is the name of it? Is it Perfect Blue? I think is the name of it. That's another one. Now with stuff like Netflix and Hulu, I don't have to actually go out and buy it, because, like, I remember back, way back when me and people that I knew, like in school, we discovered what anime was. You had to, like, go to really weird lengths to just try to find it. And it was on VHS, and someone had copied it over from the thing, and it was hard to be an anime fan. And the first anime I watched, and still the one for me that's still my favorite, is Akira by far, just because it was the first, and it's just so well done. It's storytelling, it's art. To think that when that was made in 80 something, I forget, that it was basically done by hand, and like the techniques that they use to bring motion to still images, like that's why you'll see, like, it's a static image at the front, but the background's kind of moving, and it makes you think there's movement happening when actually there's not much movement. You know, it's cheap, effective way to do it. There was I want to say it was on the Cowboy Bebop movie. There was like a history of anime kind of documentary, and they talk about that kind of stuff. It was either Cowboy Bebop or it was Animatrix. I also have Animatrix as well. It was one of those. There was like a little documentary, like the history of anime, and or Japanese animation, if you will. And I thought it was really interesting because, as an artist myself, I think those techniques that they used were really good. As far as series that I've watched, like Trigun, Hellsing, as I already said, Full Metal Alchemist, I watched that and was pleasantly surprised by it. X, Witch Hunter Robin. It's been so long since I was actually like into it and like really watching it, so I've forgotten so much of it. But there's still some stuff that I do watch and I keep a hold of because I still really like it. Play Mortal Kombat X. We talked about that. If enough people want to see it, sure. Other than that, you're the best great YouTuber. Thank you.